All right, let's talk about something we've all dealt with. You know those super frustrating tech glitches? The ones that just keep popping up no matter how many times you think you fixed them? Well, guess what? There's actually a proven, really structured way to find out what's really going on and solve them for good. So let's dive into ITIL problem management and turn those constant headaches into solutions that actually stick.
I mean, it's a question that drives everybody nuts, right? Both users and the support teams. You fix the printer and bam, it's offline again next week. You restart a server and the same app crashes a few days later. It really feels like you're stuck on a hamster wheel of just putting out fires. This is a classic symptom of a much deeper issue, and today we're going to learn exactly how to get to the heart of it.
Okay, so to get off that hamster wheel, the very first thing we have to do is start thinking and talking about these issues with a bit more precision. The first, and honestly the most critical step, is understanding the huge difference between an incident and a problem. They are not the same thing, and knowing why, well, that's the key to everything else we're going to talk about.
Now check this out. This slide really breaks it down perfectly. It separates the immediate pain from the hidden disease. You see, an incident, that's just a symptom. The printer is offline. You fix it by restarting it and hey, the service is back. That's a reactive fix. But the problem, that's the cause. That faulty driver that keeps crashing the server, finding that is proactive. So here's the deal. You can spend all day fixing incidents, but until you solve the underlying problem, those incidents are just going to keep on coming back.
So, to manage this whole process the right way, ITIL gives us a very specific, very structured vocabulary. You can think of it as the official language for turning chaos into order. Let's get to know the 4 essential building blocks that'll let us investigate and fix these things systematically.
So first up, the problem itself. The official ITIL 4 definition is a cause or potential cause of one or more incidents. The best way to think about this is like opening a new case file. You've noticed a pattern. The printer keeps going offline. And you've officially said, okay, we've got a mystery to solve here. You don't know the cause just yet, but you've formally identified that there is one.
And next, we have a known error. Now, this is a huge step forward. The definition is a problem that has a documented root cause and a workaround or permanent fix. This is your aha moment. Your investigation paid off. You found that faulty driver. The mystery is solved. It's not just a problem anymore. Now it's a known error because you actually understand the cause and you can write it down.
So what do you do while you're maybe waiting for the manufacturer to release a new stable driver? Well, you implement a workaround. The official definition is a temporary way to reduce or eliminate the impact of incidents caused by a known error. This could be something simple, like a script that automatically restarts the print service every night. Look, it's not a permanent fix, but it's a structured, temporary solution that keeps people productive. It's basically first aid for your IT services.
And finally, we've got the big umbrella that covers everything, problem management. ITIL defines this as the practice of reducing the likelihood and impact of incidents by identifying actual and potential causes of incidents and managing workarounds and known errors. And this just brilliantly shows that it's not a single action, but a whole continuous, structured practice that pulls everything we've just talked about together. So, we have our definitions. Those are our tools. Now, let's see how they all fit together in a practical, logical workflow. This is where all that theory turns into a step-by-step process you can actually use. Just look at how this flows. It all starts with identifying a problem from a pattern of incidents. Then you do your homework, your investigation, and you find the root cause. The second you do that, it graduates and becomes a known error. It's officially on the books. From there, you can create and roll out a workaround to lessen the impact right away. This structured journey takes us from that vague, frustrating feeling that something's wrong to a managed, controlled state with a clear plan.
So, you might be wondering, why go through all this trouble? All these formal definitions and processes? Why does adapting this kind of structured approach matter so much? Well, it's about changing the entire game for your IT organization. Here's the bottom line. Problem management fundamentally shifts your team from being reactive firefighters constantly putting out the same old fires to becoming proactive fire marshals who analyze why the fires are starting and prevent them from ever happening again. It is, without a doubt, the single best way to improve service stability and just slash the total number of incidents you have to deal with.
Okay, let's do a super quick recap of the big takeaways. First, always, and I mean always, separate the symptom, which is the incident, from the real underlying cause, the problem. Second, use that precise official language. A problem becomes a known error once you find the cause, and a workaround keeps things moving. Third, follow that structured life cycle we just walked through. And finally, always remember the ultimate goal, to stop future incidents from ever happening in the first place.
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. This structured way of thinking, separating symptoms from causes, methodically investigating and managing both temporary and permanent solutions, that's not just for IT, is it? So where else in your work, or heck, even in your life, could applying this kind of detailed and structured approach help you turn recurring chaos into lasting control? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me.